Hello, we continue our Koma chain cycle, and in this video we're gonna speak about Tone ecosystem, and I will show you some projects that I create, and you can use it in open source for your templates. Cause the Tone ecosystem, I already checked again, it's a hard ecosystem for novices, cause it's always changed. They always change languages, etc. For example, let me show you before we begin. Languages in Docstone. Check this, they have Tolk, TLB, Fifth, Func, Tact. Before they use mostly, first one was Func or Func, because it was C-like language, then Tact, and now you see they recommend Tolk. So we're gonna use Tolk if they recommended this. And yeah, it's finally some language that can now compile all this properly on a Tone ecosystem. And I recommend use this for now, before they add something new, So, Stone blockchain, how you know it's a Telegram blockchain, and we need some wallets for this. Let's check demo first, so you can understand how it's gonna work. You can find all code in description. There is open source and there is a demo that you can check yourself. Let's open this demo, and in demo we're gonna see this simple interface. It's nothing smarter or like anything, it's just some roster strings that gonna get you from array or from smart contract side, and you're gonna get some insult for you. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have a lot of fantasy, and here you can see the smart contract that already deployed for me. You can check in a readme file, or I will show you a bit how you can deploy this contract in a testnet. And let's try to connect to our wallet first. Pay attention, we have its own Vercel, it's already like deployed and hosted. If you want to do it locally, like start this locally, you can use ngrok, because how you understand in Timekeeper or wallet in Telegram, it's not gonna work with a local host, because it's like because of security reasons of Tone, let's say like this. But I will show you how you can use Grok in another video. I think I will do it separately, some short video about Grok. And now we can choose wallet in Telegram, open it in Telegram desktop, but I don't want to open it because it's gonna be notifications that's gonna be stupid in the video. We're gonna use Stonekeeper, but it's working Telegram desktop. I already checked this. And I don't have Testnet coins in Telegram wallet, so anyway, we need Timekeeper now. We can use browser extension here or some your phone application, but I recommend browser extension for this, because it's more, more close to Solflare, to MetaMask, etc. And here we're gonna ask to connect it to Roasted Vercel API from our Timekeeper. No, you didn't see this fully. Let me do it like this before I forget. We can connect, you see we have two accounts here. We click connect for our testnet, and now we connected. We see another state, we see some data that we get. I will show you this smart contract data further. And now if we check this Timekeeper, let me show you how you can add actual testnet. You can just go to manage your wallets and set up wallet. You can add your testnet account here. Next, let me show you how you can get testnet tokens. Give me a sec, I will open Telegram. Okay, for a testnet coins you can use it like this. Let me do it on my main screen. And we have this test giver ton bot that you can find by this name or this ID. And here you can just like write get script is activated. You need to do some captcha. You see ADA7 F6. Let me do this. DA7 F6. And now it's gonna ask you for your wallet. For example, for us it's gonna be our testnet wallet that you can copy here. And in our Telegram we can send this, our address, and we request it for 2 coins here on this address. So I will close Telegram for now. Give me a sec. Okay, it's done. You don't want these stupid notifications about messages to like draw attention away. Now we have this testnet on-scan application. Let's check our wallet actually. This what you see here, it's if you check this address, it's our smart contract. It's for future, but first we try to find our testnet wallet. And it's our testnet wallet, you see. And for our testnet wallet we have 195 ton. Yeah, it's correct. And it's our testnet wallet on version 5 R1. It's important in ton ecosystem because we have different versions. Like also, let me show you. You can change version here in active address. You can change version to another one. I will show you it from code side, but I recommend use last one. And while I do this, I see that I received more ton, plus 2 ton. Yeah, now we have 4 testnet tons. So faucet for ton ecosystem looks like this, because it's a bit hard sometimes to understand, because they have a lot of stuff, some bots, some languages, and like blueprint, blah blah blah. So I want to show you it in one video how you can do it easily. And here we get some new coins on our test wallet, and now let's try to roast. Try to roast me, please. Yeah, first we need to close alt testnet, because it's like don't keep your work like this. If you already open one, it's like don't give you confirm transaction. Now let's do it again, just without onkeeper. We click script is work. We see this confirm transaction now. We confirm it. We need to write a password every time here. What the fuck? Close your eyes. Don't check. The fuck? Maybe I have a caps. Okay, I have a caps lock activated. So no worries. Uncle Ivan resolve everything. And we have roast, we have transaction sent correctly. And we have direct hit some string from our array. I would agree with you, but then we will both be wrong. Oh Jesus, it's roasted. I'm done. Let's try again. Password. It's a bit annoying to write password every time here, but maybe it's somehow we can turn it off. Transaction sent. And now we see another one, another roast. Don't worry about me, worry about your eyebrows. Like, yeah. Very roasted, but okay. You see it's worked correctly. It's all good. Strange why I'm not connected while I update. Oh no, I'm connected. It's just a bit stupid Tonekeeper and ecosystem. You see it's still a bit bugged, because they still in active development, how I understand. And you see at first I was disconnected, but then I just do update again and I get connected. Total roast 9 now, contract ID, it's useless, it's all the same. But you see total roast now updated. And we see how much we cost, how much we pay for every roast. And we see our roasts, like, it's also useless number for now, because you can then upgrade your smart contract, but now it's just simple interface that it is. So now let's check in contract. I checked this one. Let me actually open it from link so you can see it better. From link in the same one. And we see now we have this roasted called contract. We call this contract with this roasted. And it's successful. If we click details, we get nothing. Thank you, Testnet. But I guess it's just because of Testnet or something. Anyway. If we check contract, it's not verified, but we don't need verify here. I will show you the smart contract data anyway. So we can see that it's base64 or hex, etc. bytecode here. But we don't need this now. I just show you that it's like FRScan or SolScan. They have similar approach. And now I guess it's it from a demo side, from interface side. Let's actually check our code now. We will go to our code. You can take it to yourself here. You already know how to do this anyway. So you can use this open source and go with me. Let's go. Okay, I'm on my code base now. You see it's a code base that have roasted tone for our frontend and a contract for our smart contract side from our tone ecosystem. We start from contract and then I will fast show you frontend side, because we're most interested in smart contract, I guess, on Tolk language. How you can actually get all this project at first. You can write like, give me a sec, I will find it just. Okay, it actually was open all the time, I prepared it before, but I forget about this. You can find it in a Tolk language, but it will be similar for another ones. In getting started with Tolk, we can see this npm create tone latest. If we try to implement this, we're gonna see some setup here. I don't gonna do this again because it will broke my structure, but I want to see this. Remember, here you can choose your language, create tone, and now you should have some options. Yeah, project name like one, first created contract, but I can use one. Anyway, when you do this, you're gonna see this like project name, blah blah blah. You will write this and it's gonna be compiled for you in Pascal case, pay attention. And then you can choose a Tolk language. Let me actually try again. I want to show you. One. Okay, country is named TTT. Why I can't create TTT? Name total T. Yeah. Some strange implementation. I guess Pascal maybe mean that you need to write it from a big letter also. Here you can choose empty contract, Tolk, func, tact. You see, it's what I talk about. They have func and tact even here. They don't have these two another languages. They add here TLB 5th. I even don't know what it is, never check this. But we gonna choose Tolk, empty contract or simple counter. I recommend choose simple contract because it's easy to understand with already created contract that you can change and delete. But I will cancel this because I don't want to broke my implementation. And it will create this, all this structure with packages on for you. You're not gonna see build only. And all the structure gonna be functional. You can see that here we have some scripts, and build you can do by npm blueprints build. But first you're gonna have some contract with like a simple contract name. You can create your own contract here and delete previous one. And for me, my contract is roasted on Tolk. Pay attention, I have icon, but it's cause I have this tone ecosystem, I guess. Yeah, it's cause I have this tone core extension. It's like not popular, but it's work correctly, and it's good. Like you can use it. I already checked this. At least it's syntax. It will show you syntax and Tolk parser, and even some double insert. But we don't need this here now. So here is all comments. You can read this and find this in open source. But let me explain fast for you. Like in Tolk language, also you can write about Tolk language and Tolk language guide. It's basic syntax like C style syntax, like in func C, but most like it's easier than func C anyway, easy and shorter. You can check all these types here: control flow, conditional statement, how you can do it for a good implementation. So I'm not gonna like stop on this. Let's do fast review of this contract. We have struct, yeah. It's like, it's Rust. No, it's not Rust. But we use struct with storage here. We use ID counter, Rust count, and last random seed. This we need for our pseudo-random to get some random seed. Counter, Rust count, it's for count how much we already have our total rosts. So it's just simple like structure for our all our variables that we're gonna have. Next we have fun. It's a function. It's not like a fun, hehe. it's a function in our case, with the storage that load and return storage from cell. From cell, it's they use this cells system. You can read in docs about this cell. This cell's gonna get to your console log. Let me check if I have it here. No, I guess console log is clean on this side, but if I check it on my... No, I guess I also delete console log here. Let me try to roast from my grok. Just want to show you this debug. Don't connect vault message received. Result. Okay, I guess I delete this debug, but first it's gonna get you some cells, and you need to parse these cells then for get actual strings. So storage load from cell contract get data. Storage save this to like persistent storage, and here we use this 32 byte opcode, I guess, or something like this for struct. And actually we need to increase by uint 32. Pay attention that some of this it's not a work version, because the reset counter, for example, we don't need here, because we don't have reset, but it's just when I rewrite this, I stage this code from a simple counter. So it's a bit similar to simple counter, obviously. But this implementation we don't even need. Like maybe you can add this to like reset your total roasts if you want, but I don't need this. Let's just go next. We have a struct of 32 byte code, 32 bit code for get roast. It's when we can get how much we, not how much, it's when we can get actual string for our roast. And we have type for a load message. You see increase, counter, reset, and get roast. It's like what we can actually get from our smart contract. This function get random index create pseudo-random for us. We use random with initialize and random range from for 9. Why we use range 9? Because we have in get roasted for us we have only 9 implementations here. Yeah, you see from 0 to 8, like 9 strings with values that we can get from get roast function. Here we get roast phrase like pay attention that on the end in solidity like we use this get methods, and how you understand this get methods, it's like interface where you can get this. Imagine it's like, you remember interface in Solidity for application binary interface, or in Solana for interface derived language or something like this, EDL. Here we use same approach. We have get at the end of smart contract, where we use all these functions that we can actually call from our frontend side. We have current counter, initial ID, get random roast, get roast counter. You see some of this like return storage counter. Like actually some of these functions we don't need anyway. But we're gonna use our main ones that we're gonna need. Get random roast, roast count to check actual count. Total roast. It's actually it's similar. If you check, it's even a similar code here, but just named otherwise. Anyway, like you can delete one of these, and you can try implement 2 of them. And get rows by index, but it's actually also for our pseudo-random. And important part is on internal message. It's like your main function, your main entry point or something like that. That called. No, it's actually in commentary called when a contract receives a message from other contracts. Yeah, like if we get some internal message from some interacted contract, or from our actual address, it's actually also a smart contract. Don't forget, it's like contract, our wallet, I mean, and wallet address. So when we get this, we have interaction with this internal message. We get like on internal message we get message to request get roasted, And if message match to increase counter, we increase counter. If it's match to reset counter, we reset. Like what message we want to ask from our another wallet, we will match this message by this from slice allowed message. Here you see we cannot only allowed messages here, like increase counter, etc. All this actually structs that we use here, and by this message we're gonna use it here, and we can use these functions that we have in get inside this allowed messages. So pay attention, like only allowed messages can be allowed here. Yeah, it sounds strange, but it is what it is. And get roast, in our case we're gonna use get roast mostly, because this get roast it's actually get random roast to us. Yeah, you see this is pseudo random index from 0 to 8. Get roast phrase that we actually get first. We save this and we create a message to like send this transaction and how much ton we need to pay for this. In our case it's 0.05. Yeah, it's all smart contract for us. This you can use in actual load messages, but it's still like at the bottom of these functions. So even if they're not public, you can use these functions to actually allow with public messages. Now, it's all what I want to show you about smart contract syntax here. It's easy and it's work. It's even more than we need actually for current functions. I just want to add more, but I don't want to use ton ecosystem anymore, if honest, because of problems that I get. Next, when we create smart contract, we can actually do npm run build. It's like you see we already have blueprint build. We can like just npm run build, or we can do npx blueprint build if you want. If you have blueprint globally, like to install blueprint globally, you need just to do npm install and flag for global for this blueprint. It doesn't matter how you're gonna use this. But anyway, when you do build, I'm not gonna do build again because I already have a build for me. Yeah, you see, and build for me is different because before I have different smart contract, I just change it after I test it for myself. But first at build I had another name actually. Actually, let me try to build again. So you're gonna see that now build gonna be different. For example, npm run build. Blueprint build, it's like npx blueprint build. And we're gonna see that it should compile successfully, and we're gonna get build with our current names. While we wait for this, yeah, you can select contract here for build. We click on our roasted ton because we don't have another contract, and we see that it's compiled successfully. I'm not gonna use this one because I already deploy another one. But anyway, now our build is this one, you see. We saw this fifth implementation and roasted token compiled. It's like a hash that we saw in a ton scan. Important part for us, it's script here, because it's how we're gonna deploy, and wrappers. Pay attention on wrappers. Wrappers we need for compile to be good. You see, for me compile is work correctly. It's because we have same type here. It's in TypeScript, so I'm not gonna explain it to you further. You can just check it like this. Roast on config to cell. Imagine it's like wrapper when we get our first values, our opcodes for increase, reset, and get roasted. And you can check it by docs, like it's easy, can be added to you by when you have smart contract. You can get this wrapper easily. Like, but anyway, if you don't gonna get it automatically, you should check what the phase happen, like, because it's not gonna be compiled. Yeah, it's compiled. For compiled, we need entry point here. It's gonna be created automatically when you do first ton latest. Like I already showed you, like when you do this, and then npm create ton latest. But pay attention to this wrapper, because without correct wrapper you're not gonna get compiled correctly. So next we have deploy script, and for deploy we can for deploy we need to use npx blueprint run to actually run our blueprint script. And now we're gonna see that we have three choices: mainnet, testnet, and custom. We need testnet. In our case, if you want mainnet deploy, you need to choose mainnet. But I don't have a ton in mainnet, so we're gonna use testnet for our demo. We click testnet, and here pay attention, we have some important thing. We have ton connected compatible mobile wallet like Tonkeeper. We can use Tonkeeper to pay our like tons for deploy, because how you understand, for deploy we need to pay some tokens. We have create ton deep link. It's like link that's still gonna go to payment. And we have mnemonic. In my case I used mnemonic. Mnemonic, it's mean that it's like in a hard hat for Solidity or in Soulflare, where you add this to your environment. For example, I have an example here, and we need to create this environment with testnet true, but the most important is wallet mnemonic with this naming, and your words. It's like your recovery phrase for a wallet. When you create wallet, first you're gonna get this recovery phrase on a Ton ecosystem like Tonkeeper or Telegram desktop. Anyway, it can be everywhere. And next, wallet version. It's also important, because if wallet version gonna be wrong, you're not gonna be you can't deploy this with wrong version. For example, wallet version v4r2 or v4r1. You can check it, how I already showed to you in our Tonkeeper, in settings, and in active address. You see v5. For me in v5 only I have these tokens, and we have different addresses for every version of this. So for me it's v5, but if you have some other version you need to use like v4 or even v3, blah blah blah. But if it's gonna be wrong for you, you can't deploy. Now let's try to choose mnemonic again. Let's say waste some testnet tokens. Connected to wallet at address. We connected with our mnemonic wallet. We send transaction, and it started deployment. It's some attempts, but it's gonna be good. Here, contract deployed at address. You can view it on Tonscan testnet. Let's go here. And it's our another contract created 80 seconds ago on testnet, and it's okay. You see, it's fully flow for create smart contracts in Ton. So yeah, it looks easy, but for me it's take 1 day, because stupid versions, wallet mnemonic, and all this configurations for like how I should pay in this testnet tokens, where I can get this testnet tokens, and blah blah blah. But yeah, now it's contract deployed. It's good. We have another contract, and you can deploy it like this for your contracts also. So now let's fast check our frontend side, how we can actually use this Ton in frontend side. For frontend side, I guess I have this. Yeah, for frontend side we need these libraries in npm install Ton, Ton core, and Ton crypto. I guess I added to readme file, but not sure. Anyway, check this from here. And you already gonna have this in my open source project here, with these versions for Ton. And actually we also have Ton Connect UI React. It's for our connection button. And pay attention, one small thing, but it can block your frontend build. When you use Ton and Ton ecosystem, you're gonna have a buffer problem if you use these wallets. It's like on Soulflare with Vita and etc. Like in Next.js, I don't think that it's gonna be buffer problem, but in Vita or Create React App, you're gonna have this problem with buffer. How you can fix this problem? You can install this buffer library, and in our actual src folder you can add polyfills for buffer, because buffer is deleted from new versions of this library, how I understand, and we need this buffer. And now its buffer is a bit problemino in all of these cases. And we need to import this polyfills with buffer here in top. of our main entry point. So now in our app TS6, another like entry point inside entry point, let's say like this. We have this Tone Connect UI provider where we wrap this tone, and pay attention, we use our manifest URL here. It's important for you to get actually connection, otherwise it's gonna be error. For this tone roasted versal, we have ToneCon manifest, because this ToneCon manifest, it's important thing here. And what I mean by Tone Connect manifest. By Tone Connect manifest, I mean in public we need to add this Tone Connect manifest that have these 5 fields. It's URL, where your actual deployment now, and for me it's Versal. I will show in another video about Grok, how you can use it in Grok for local development. We have icon URL. I recommend you to add some to not have problems. We have terms of use URL and privacy URL, privacy policy. For privacy policy in terms of use, I also recommend you to add them to not have some problems with this manifest found. And you should add it all in public folder where you have this ToneCon manifest, and you will add your current deploy and all be good. So next, our manifest URL is here. We have wallet connect to our Tone Connect button wallet. It's actually this. It's external component. I don't create this component myself. And we have our roast interface. Yeah, pay attention, it's all wrapped in one, and it's all be good if you use it inside wrapped interface. And we have our main roast interface. I'm not gonna explain you all about this interface site. It's stupid, but we use React Tone Connect here. We use our Tone contract here, and we use our Tone API here. We will check it in a sec. For our Tone Connect, we use Tone Connect UI, where we can check if like it's connected, where we can send transaction for this. Yeah, you see when we handle get roast, it's when we click on roast me. We use this function handle get roast, where we check for wallet first. Use Tone wallet here, and use Tone Connect UI. It's where we actually get this Tone keeper for my case. In my case, where we try this query ID random to get some random query ID for our create roast transaction. I will show you. It's because I have some fallback with strings there. But we don't need fallback here. Yeah, it's fallback, but for us we don't need fallback, because you saw in Tone Testnet it was good. We get this from our Tone cells. And it's actually just front-end stuff for function to like handle this. We don't interesting in this. In our case, we interesting in Tone API and Tone contract. For Tone API, how you can see, we just use this Tone API for all these functions. For call get method, parse tag string, we don't use there. Yeah, we use inside get roast count. How you remember, we have this get roast count in our function. Like imagine that we just call this. Yeah, you see call get method get roast count. And in first scenario, we call method like this. Pay attention. Like call get method, and we wrap this by this run method, run get method, and you will ask what the face happened. I will explain you. You see, we have this Tone Center with Testnet Tone Center API version 2, and we have our API key. This Tone Center, it's Testnet Tone Center API. Let me open this. It's API like this, where we can actually request all our functions from smart contract and interact with this through API. So we're not gonna have strict connection to our contract. You can do strict connection to contract, but it's a bit bugged. I tried and I get some problems there. So let's use their APIs, because you see even they recommend to use API instead of like native implementation. How you can get this API? Tone Center. We can write Tone Center, and we go to Tone Center, and here we have like a IPv2, IPv3. For us, we're gonna use IPv2 because it's more stable one. And how we can get our token, we can go to here to this bot, and in this bot we can get our API token by just like get this and add this in a bot. It's easy. We just like something like get to my current account in Telegram, and that's all. I don't even want to show you because it's easy. It's like 3 messages there. So next, you see we connect this on center, and what it's give to us, why we need to API key. For example, you can use it without even API key, but why I add this? Because without API key, you still gonna get call for all this call get method, but it's gonna be restricted by 1 call per 1 second. And with API key, you're gonna have 10 calls per second. It's really bottleneck here, because for me I have not 1 function but a bit more for handle this. So we need this API key, and to show it in the video, of course. Like in any way in good smart contracts we need this. And I recommend you to use API style for a tone, because how it looks, they like this more for some reason. I understand for what reason they can like this more, because they can get money for upgraded API keys in the future. But anyway, it will be more easy for us now to check this. We have call get method where we run get method, and here we just can add every method that we have in our smart contract. For example, we have parse stack number, we don't need this now. Parse stack string, it's what I tell you about when we parse our cells. For example, we parse our, we have this roast, and we can parse it by just index of this roast. Otherwise, if it's out of range. And if case is cell, you see if case is int number, if case is string, we return. It's like fully handler parse. It's not only like for string, it can handle every case for you. Like if it's gonna be like number or integer or a clean string, it's gonna be like this. But in my case, I get cell. It's why I have some problems, like why I can get this data, because I get it like cell types. How I already show you, we have this like storage from cell, because we get some storage. We have some storage with all these datas, and we get it from cell. So in my case, I get it from cell, and for cell we need to do this handler to actually get it from cell. If you check, we have this cell from ton core. You see we parse this like this from BOC. It's our deserialized cell from BOC. It's like a standard for cells. We need to deserialize this and use buffer. We need to slice cell begin pairs. And actually it's a lot of stuff here for cells. And you can just use my case here for cell if you're gonna have cell in your smart contract. So use it for free. Case null, it's if nothing, and understandable default, like just some fallbacks. We have also call get method for get roast count. It's our call get cost. Get roast count, we have it here in get roast count. We call this method to get our actual cost. We get random roast, we get roast by index, and then we get initial ID. Like we just can use it in the interface side. I'm not going to explain all these functions, but you can see that you can get all this easily with all Tone Center API in call get method here. So you can create your smart contracts with your functions and like call them like this. And in contract we have this roast contract address, where we need to actually link our current address that I showed you before in I already closed this. Anyway, you understand what I mean. I mean this address on our current interface. We add this address here. You can add it in the environment variable, but how you can see, I even don't hide this API key, because I don't give a shit about Tone Center API key, because you can create this API case like easily for now in the airbot. We have a create roast transaction for our contract. It's how we start our actual transaction. If you check it in our roast interface, we get this create rows transaction from here, and on transaction we create rows transaction when we open our Tone Keeper or any wallet that you use for our contract. And here we just use some opcode. It's a standard from their docs, and we return some valid code that we can like return before 5 minutes going in our case, but you can change it to your times. And message like 5 ton 005 for our reply. How you can see I even add this cost per roast interface. It's how much it's gonna be cost. It's just let me show you. It's when you open this interface, you're gonna see this in confirm transaction. You see, you're gonna see the skull contract with this, etc., etc., and a fee for them. But actually, 005, it's your tone that you're gonna get to your contract. Like you see, my contract already have this balance, but you can like add that I need millions of ton for my smart contract to be actually executed, and no one gonna use this. But it's how you can do money if you want. And payload, where we use this payload, where we get our body for begin sell, like our opcode in our case, our transaction. So for form transaction you use this, for get functions you use this, call method, etc. Like all this compiled inside this create rows transaction. With Tone Connect UI we send this transaction, and then we get some random toast with blah blah blah, etc., etc. Yeah, it's a bit it can be a bit difficult for Tone. It's why Tone sometimes looks like that ecosystem, because they try a lot of languages. They try it like they still in early development, you know. And I don't know what's gonna happen with Tone in future, but I want to show it to you now, how it's work now, and if you need this Tone ecosystem even to use. So you can use my open source code here. I will stay links in descriptions for this code, and I will show you how you can do it in Grok in another video just about in Grok. It's not gonna be Koma chain cycle. Let's go to new ecosystems. Next gonna be Sui, I think.